Today we're going to take some peaches and incorporate them into a larger painting, and I'm going to show you how to do it, so let's get started. So this is a painting that I've started and I haven't finished. I'm not going to finish it by the end of this video either. But what I wanted to show was how you can incorporate images from several photographs into one painting. In a sense, you're being your own Photoshop. So what I did first was I was working on these peony blossoms from a photograph, and that's about as far as I got. And then I drew in the peaches, which I knew that I wanted to have peaches in this painting because what I want to do is I want to have some elements that are really, really colorful and some other elements that are sort of neutral. So there are the different peonies that I printed out from the computer. And I'm going, peaches, and I'm going to use those peaches in a painting. So the real important thing, and I think the thing that I want to get across here is more than anything, if you're going to take photographs from different places and put them in your painting, make sure that the scale is correct. So in other words, if I've been guilty before of incorporating, oh, I think I put a cake in once into a painting, and my cake was like enormous compared to the blossoms. So of the flower that I had in the painting. So I'm just saying that it's perfectly fine to use different sources for different photographs to go into a larger painting, but make sure that you get the scale right. It was really outrageous. But it taught me that lesson once and for all, because the minute I looked back at the painting, I thought, wait a minute, what happened here? It was surreal. You know, I think the cake was the size of I don't know, it was just enormous. Because I was just too, I was all hung up on making it look correct, which is fine. You know, looking correct is really important, but the size of the thing matters too. The other thing that really matters here is that I have to remember that although I'm using these three sources, and I'm pointing to the peach that I'm putting in the painting here, and the photo compared to the photograph. Nothing is exact, but if I don't have something to work from, I can't work from my head. I have to have some sort of image to work from. And I am working wet paint into wet paint on 140-pound Arches paper, and it's on a watercolor block. That's why it looks like it's a canvas, but it's not. It's a watercolor block. And I have to remember, see where I put those shadows in? I have to remember that that's where the shadows would appear if they were incorporated with that peony. In other words, the peony vase was shot from the front and there were some shadows going back behind it. So if I was to incorporate these peaches and have the shadows going in the other direction, that would be pretty weird. So those are some things that I just have to keep in mind. You know, I have to keep in mind what the real world looks like and make sure that that matches up. Otherwise, something strange will go on in the viewer's head where something will be surreal. And I think that's one of the things that happens in surreal paintings when a surrealist is trying to play with your brain, is they specifically do that to you. You know, they'll make something outsized, or you know, when you think about Dali and that clock kind of melting, you know, they're playing with your mind, but that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to have some fun. And you know, I didn't have perfect peaches to work from, and I didn't, so I had to use different resources. Now I'm going to I finished the last peach, and again I have my finger on the one that I'm going to work from. So that is what is happening here, and I wanted to show you that, you know, the world isn't perfect, and it's hard to make these setups, you know, perfect landscape or tablescape, for example. But the whole point is that you can take from several photographs and create your own world, and that's what I'm attempting to do here. Now, I haven't finished this painting yet, and I've painted myself, I don't want to say into a corner, because there's always a point in a painting where you paint yourself a little bit into a corner. I'm definitely there. But I'm going to paint myself out of that corner. I've painted myself into corners many, many times. Now I'm drying everything. And I'm going to stand back and think to myself, what do I need to do? And I know what I need to do is I had made some shapes for those peonies to kind of rest on. First I'm going to put in the little stemmy things. What do you call them? Stems. Yeah. But that is not black. I just want to make clear that although that looks dark, it's not black. It's a combination of all the colors that I used in the peony. So it's going to be a little bit of ultramarine blue and a rose and probably a Naples yellow or something like that, because it would look way too dark if I was to pick out a black. I mix all my own neutrals, so you're not going to find me taking a neutral out of a tube. So I'm pretty happy with the way those peaches were placed. And I like that they're real bright compared to the flowers. And now, like I said, I've got some problems, which I knew were coming, where I need to work with the rest of the painting. And I'm going to need to find another source because I know that I want to have some shapes going on beyond the window, which is above the peonies, but nothing that is too descriptive because I want the whole point to be about the peonies. And I'm probably going to have to go back in and make the color in the peonies brighter. Yeah. So I decided to keep painting because I was kind of in the swing of things and wanted to let you see how it ended up. So in essence, what this whole thing was about was just about adding the peonies. But this is what I'm into right now, is taking several photographs and creating one larger painting out of a smaller photograph. And the actual painting is, I think, 18 by 24. It's the biggest arch block that they make. So remember to keep the whites of your paper white, your paints wet, mass for value, mix for color. Please join my YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.